Hello, everyone. I am a paternity tester. I've been in this profession for almost 10 years. Over these years, I've seen many things that have blown my mind. Back when I first graduated, I was a naive and kind young boy. Now, after being exposed to so much, I almost lost all of my sane. If I don't find a place to share those stories, I believe I will be mad in a few days. Here, let me share 2 stories with you all first. About 5 years ago, a girl came to our DNA testing center. One is because the girl is indeed very beautiful, and the other is because this matter is very weird. So I am deeply impressed by this matter. The girl was young, estimated to be around 20 years old at the time. When she came for the first time, she asked us what she needed to do a paternity test, the simpler the better, because she didn't want the other party to find out. When I heard her words, I felt that things were not simple. In normal cases, it is the father who takes the child to take the test. It is still very rare for mother to take the test. I told her that hair, nails, and blood are all fine, and if it's not convenient, spittle butts and chewing gum are also acceptable. A few days later, she brought a 2 or 3-year-old child over. The child has a round face and big eyes, looks very similar to her, and is also very well behaved. She handed me 2 boxes, one containing nails and the other several strands of hair. It seems that she has spent a lot of effort to get these things. Then she gently pulled a hair from her child's head on the spot and asked me to identify the parent-child relationship between the child and those 2 people. The results came out the next day. Originally, the fact that the mother is not sure who the father of the child is has already impacted my values, but it is still within the scope of my cognition. However, the result of the experiment turned out to be the 2 test materials she brought had no biological relationship with the child. I once wondered if I made a mistake in the detection process. For this reason, I also specially asked my leader to retest, so as to avoid making a mistake. The next day, when the girl came for the result, I informed her of the results of the experiment. The woman also looked surprised when she knew the result. About 2 weeks later, the girl came again, this time with a bunch of hair. After DNA testing, this is the child's biological father. As soon as the result came out, the girl didn't believe it. After repeated confirmation, she cried on the spot. I comforted her like I comforted other clients, but I was dumbfounded by her question. Doctor, are cousins considered close relatives? Are there any genetic defects in our child? A DNA tester often plays the role of a psychological counselor. I was surprised and spent a lot of time comforting her and suggested that she take the child to a big hospital for a checkup just in case. Then the girl went away crying. As for the follow-up, I also want to know. Too bad I'm just a paternity tester and haven't seen her since, and I don't know what happened afterwards. Let me tell you one more story. About 3 years ago, a man came to our lab. Let's call him a jerk. I really hate him. At that time, he brought 2 copies of hair. He asked me to identify the biological relationship between him and his child. Nothing seems wrong. It's what we do every day. The result of the identification is there is no parent-child relationship. This is a very common result in our laboratory. After all, only after the father became suspicious of his wife would he come to our lab for an examination. I'm used to this result. At that time, all I could think about was how to comfort the man when he came to get the appraisal result. But I didn't expect that when the man saw the result, he actually laughed. Generally, men know the outcome, either rage or very depressed. I've never seen anyone laugh. At the time, I even suspected that he was insane. The man left soon afterwards, leaving me with a mind full of question marks. However, a month later, something bad happened. A woman, let's call her A, came to our testing center with a lawyer, accusing us of running a DNA test on her child without her permission. It turned out that the hair that bastard brought back was not his own, but A's child and A's husband's hair. That bastard is a colleague of A, and for some reason he suspects that A's child is not A's husband's biological child. So he secretly plucked the hair of A's child and A's husband, came to our lab for identification, and finally confirmed that the 2 were not related. After the bastard knew the result, he didn't tell A's husband, but threatened A with this incident. A was afraid of being discovered by her husband, so she was forced to agree to have sex with that bastard. And this bastard even got worse, asking A to give him money. A was tortured and finally revealed the matter. The follow-up is that A and her husband divorced and the bastard went to jail for extortion, and our company, in order to settle the matter, lost a sum of money to A. That's how it ended. In short, such bizarre things have encountered many in my career. If you are interested, I will take the time to share those stories with you.